Hello everyone, welcome to Jackson ETP Economy class. Today's topic is classical school and versus Keynesian school. We'll talk about this distinction and also the case study. Hope you guys can learn a lot from my channel and hope you guys can subscribe my channel. And let's get started. Hello everyone, welcome to Jackson ETP Economy class. And the topic we are going to talk about today is classical school versus Keynesian school. And firstly, I want to introduce the broad category of classical schools. Classical economics thought was established in the late 18th by classical economists such as Adam Smith and lots of economists. The main idea of Adam's influential book is the fact that the wealth of nations is formed on the basis of trade and has an invisible hand in the market. The transition from classical economics to neoclassical economics is usually called the marginal revolution. Neoclassical economics is a school of economic thought that primarily focuses on the determination of goods, outputs, and income distributions in markets from the perspective of supply and demand. The transition from neoclassical economics to neoclassical economics is usually called the RBC revolution. Neoclassical economics is a school of macroeconomic thought that conducts macroeconomic analysis fully on the neoclassical framework and emphasizes the significance of rigorous neoclassical microeconomic foundation. Keynesian economics has its original roots in John Maynard Keynes' influential book. Keynesian economics is a school of economic thought formed primarily based on the various existing theories about how economic output is strongly influenced by aggregate demand in the short run. Neo-Keynesian economics is the school of macroeconomic thought that was initially developed in the post-war period from Keynes' seminal book. This school consists of a collection of economists whose main objective was to interpret and formalize Keynes' ideas in a standard, conventional manner in economics. Subsequently, they synthesized those thoughts and ideas with the neoclassical economic models and formed the so-called neoclassical synthesis and created the models that shape the fundamental ideas of neo-Keynesian economics. In the 1970s, a series of new ideas was put forward to bring novel tools to original Keynesian and neo-Keynesian analysis so that the new Keynesian models can explain the newly emerged economic phenomena and events of the 1970s. The resulting school of thought was called New Keynesian economics, which together with New Classical economics subsequently helped the creation of the so-called New Neoclassical synthesis, which presently forms the mainstream macroeconomics. And now I'm going to talk about the distinctions between classical school and Keynesian schools. And I want to talk about the topic is about market structure, focus on analysis and micro foundation. The first one is market structure. In classical schools, the market is perfectly competitive. They believe the market has an invisible hand that perform best with minimal intervention from government. On the other hand, Keynesian schools is in imperfect competition, which may causes the problem like monopolies or monopolistic competition. And the second one is focus of analysis. In classical schools, they focus mainly on economic growth. On the other hand, Keynesian schools mainly focus on business cycle and recession, which is about regular cyclical pattern of economic boom and bust. And the third one is micro foundation. In classical school, models are always based on micro foundations. On the other hand, historically, Keynesian economics lack micro foundation more recently, which still uses the results from marginal revolution in the late 19th century. And the third one is case study. I want to talk about the short-run impact of COVID-19. As you can see in the paragraph, Y equals to consumption plus investment plus government purchase and next export. As you can see, As the COVID-19 happened, the consumption will go down, and surely the GDP will consequently go down. What does this cause? It will cause the aggregate demand to shift left, and if the aggregate supplies remain the same, the quantity of output will get littler, and the price level will also go down. After saying the impact of COVID-19, I want to talk about which government do you think the schools is belong to. If the government's increase in spending and money supply while the pandemic happened, which this government belongs to? Keynesian school or classical school? The answer is Keynesian school. Government takes action such as increase in spending and increase in money supply in response to COVID-19 pandemic will be supported by the Keynesian school. Keynesian economics is a thought that believes government plays an important role during recession. They think the recession is caused mainly by excessive saving and decrease in aggregate demand. Just like the Great Depression time, during the recession time, government should lower taxes, interest rate, and provide more social programs to stimulate spending. On the other hand, the government do nothing belongs to the classical school. Schools which they believe the market will back to equilibrium in the long run, and government should not intervene the market. And thus classical school will be in the perfect competition market. That is all for today's Jackson's ETP economics class. Thanks for listening, and hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye. Thank you guys for listening. If you like this video, you can tap the like under my channel and also subscribe my channel, and hope you see you guys next time. Bye bye.